This is a great question because, of course, we want to make sure that we're able to push hard in our training. We want to make sure that we can recover from hard bouts of training. But of course, people have body composition goals. And to lose body fat, we need to eat in a calorie deficit. And to fuel our workouts, we need to make sure we're eating enough. So the two often look like they run counterintuitive. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is strategies. So the first of the two strategies I would suggest is, number one, just go at it slowly. If you're going to eat in too aggressive a calorie deficit, it's going to affect performance. The second is to say, align your quote unquote diet phase to the easier part of your workout. Let's say you're in a 16-week training block and you're doing progressive overload. It makes logical sense that the last 8 weeks of your training are going to be harder than the first 8 weeks. So you might only choose to sort of quote unquote diet in week 1 to 8, and then move to energy maintenance from week 9 through to 16. So outline the overall strategy and then think about it on a week-to-week basis. You'll often hear coaches say to use a calorie buffer in the week so you've got energy spare for the weekend for social situations. If you train in the week, that's a really great way to tank performance. So if you really care about performance, I would generally suggest to eat fairly level. And then on top of that, maybe increase your carbohydrate allocation on your training days or certainly your hardest bouts of training. So you end up doing more of a calorie cycle or carb cycle overall. So that does mean eating slightly more on training days, but it's not aggressively more. We're talking about 100 to 200 extra calories on those days that you're doing hard bouts of training. And if you train first thing in the morning, that actually might mean your evening meal the night before is the one you go higher in carbohydrates. Next, we want to think about dietary protein. So for recovery, we want to make sure you're eating enough of it. And if you're in an energy deficit, we want to make sure you preserve muscle at all costs. So therefore, eating enough dietary protein is even more important for you. I'd also suggest to think about your programming overall and your goals. Let's say you've got some pretty robust goals. You're trying to improve your 5K run time, get your first pull up, improve your PB on squat and deadlift, and be in a calorie deficit. You're probably not going to do all that at once. So picking the things that are most important to you and then adjusting your programming to having a bit more low skill exercises in there, because low skill exercises are just easy to do when in a calorie deficit. So you absolutely can be successful with body composition goals whilst training for performance, but you do need to think about it a little bit.